Hey, howdy there again, folks. Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you with another offering off of my Sampler Platter. Yes, indeed, folks, this is a series of videos I've been doing for a little bit now, where I go over there, I try out food and drink items, and then after I'm done with the consuming of said items, I go over there and I talk about whatever it was I just tried, and I let you know yay or nay. Sometimes I go over there and I try to have, valuable life lessons, but, that's a terrible plan, because, clearly given what I do, I should be giving no one advice. Unless it's the George Costanza thing, where it's technically if almost everything I do is wrong with my life, then if I give people the opposite advice, then surely they'll be fine and make the millions. But anyway, folks, I'm joined, as always, of course, with Peter Cannon Thunderbolt, terrible crappy old ladder, and wearing a snazzy shirt. It's my PM Entertainment shirt, which I think I've worn on at least one of my other reviews. But I do have a great deal. I love all my cool shirts, but I do have a great deal of fondness for this one, specifically just because it's this wonderfully obscure thing that so few people would ever understand, but I do, and that's all that matters. Anyway, folks, what am I here to try out for you today? Well, seeing as how it's still pretty early in the morning, I got off work just a little bit ago, figured I'd go over there and have myself some breakfast. I'm not usually a big breakfast guy, especially since I work at night. Breakfast is kind of meaningless to me most of the time. So I really kind of need to be in the mood for it, and I'm at home. So clearly, I went over there, I went out, I got myself some eggs and some bacon and some toast, and I did the whole thing. If you believe that, I'm sorry, because I just lied to you. Yeah, no, you can take one look at me and realize, well, cereal! Yeah, folks, my average breakfast, probably going to be cereal-based. Though, I'll do occasional other things and stuff. I can cook a little bit. I can make some pretty decent scrambled eggs and stuff. But cereal. Specifically, Jolly Rancher cereal. Now, you're saying to yourself, Brandon, box is already open. Why is the box already open? Well, folks, there's an interesting caveat with this particular cereal. You see, I've had this one for a little while now. I got this one, at the time I'm doing this, we're in the beginning of February of 2021. I got this one sometime in 2020, and I don't mean December of 2020. I mean March or April or something like that. It was a while back. And it's been sitting on top of my fridge waiting for me to do a review. And I've just been kind of putting it off. The cereal ones, of course, take a little bit more because I have to have, bowl and a spoon and the milk and everything. All the key components. Technically, I don't have to. I could just down it and, let you know how it goes with that. But yeah. And aside from just the extra bullshit, I have to admit, I saw this one and I decided to get it out of basically morbid curiosity, because if I'm entirely honest, I'm not really a big Jolly Ranchers guy. I never have been. I don't actively dislike them or anything, but they would never be a go-to candy for me. I love fruit. I really do. But I don't usually like fruit-based candies. A lot of times I feel like they go too far with it, and they just amp it up a bit too much. And sometimes it's kind of tart and stuff. I'm not huge into that. Starburst I can go with, some of them anyway. But Jolly Ranchers, I don't know, man. Like I said, I remember them being kind of a thing when I was in middle school, oddly enough. I know they existed before that, but, for whatever reason, at least where I was, there was, a weird, kind of popular resurgence with them. That and, Sour Heads were, around the same time. Whatever. So yeah, I haven't exactly been super eager to try this one out. Though, it's not like I'm expecting to hate it or anything. I'm just not going into it oh boy! Anyway, that brings me back to why it was open. You see, when I went to grab it today to do this review, I was like, alright, I'm going to just finally get this one out of the fucking way. I went to grab it, and I could feel that there wasn't a lot of wiggling of the cereal going on. It's pretty solid. So I went over there and I opened it up and I checked, and it's not that way now. But this whole thing, the cereal, had basically condensed into one giant cereal block. So I went over there, I shook it up a little bit and everything, and it was fine. It didn't really take much effort to come apart, but if ever there was a sign that I need to do this now, because technically the best of buy was in November 2020. So we're a few months out of date now. But I smelled it. I'm pretty sure it's all just friggin' sugar and chemicals anyway, so I don't think it's going to hurt me too much. But we will give it a Brandon Wenzel caveat if it especially sucks. Because like I said, I'm not expecting to be super into this one, but if it's like really terrible or something, we'll give it a little bit of a pass because again, it's months out of date. So anyway, folks, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try first of all just it by itself. You can see, they're colorful. We got some, for all intents and purposes, we got purple, presumably. Presumably we got grape. We got red, that's cherry. I like cherries. Green, we got, I guess that's sour apple. I'm not big on sour apple. Pink, I guess, is watermelon. And then blue would be blue raspberry. So I have all of them except for pink in my hand. I have 2 greens. Maybe? It looks red to me. Alright. No, there's a pink one. I don't know, man. Trying to find a pink one for the watermelon. We'll just put it the hell down there right now. But yeah, whatever. We'll try them real quick, one by one. I'll start with what I'm going to assume is my least favorite, sour apple. I like apple. I'm not big on sour apple, though. Not too stale or anything, which I'm happy about. There's a little bit of an appley taste to it. Not anything significant, but I have 2 red ones. I could not find a freaking pink one. I don't know, man. Maybe one of these is, I don't know. I think there's a little flavor there. Grape. I'm surprised these are as muted as they are. Well, being Jolly Rancher, I would have figured they would have had a bigger kick. To be fair, maybe they did at one point, and I just, like I said, months out of date. Yeah, it tastes like slightly less flavorful Fruit Loops. Is basically kind of what I'm getting from it. I'm actually okay with Fruit Loops, so... Alright, well... Let's get to the doing. I got another cereal after this to try, so... I'm not going to do too much. It's in the bowl, you can believe it! Ugh. And I guess I'm going to have to eat this crap relatively soon, so... Oh, milk. Now let's, do this two-handed. Because it's new milk! It's best by February 13th, so I still got a little less than a week. So I'm sure I'll get through it in that period of time. I love me some milk, folks. I really do. Honestly, I have bought milk to go over there and do cereal reviews quite a few times, and more often than not, I will just end up going over there and drinking it just because I like milk. So, right. In fact, just then, I was about to go over there and just take a big old swig of milk, but Which is okay, because I live alone. So, except for me and my hamsters. Which is both adorable and sad. I like to think the adorableness outweighs the sadness part a little bit. It does for me, anyway. So I have adorable hamsters. Some of them are in the background doing hamster stuff. Like my adorable little squirrel who's running around on her little disc. She's adorable. Alright, so... Yeah, can you see the thing? Yeah, sure, why not? See a little bit more of the room than usual. That's a sad thing. Terrible Old Ladder doesn't exactly cast the best image, but, like, the rest of this room, it's just... It's not, like, super terrible. It's not that, like, it's gonna be on, like, you know, TLC or anything like that. But, you know, it's hamsters, and then, like, I've got a bunch of CDs, and, like, this is just, like, my random crap and hamster room. So, that's also the room that I go over there and do my reviews in. So anyway, folks, let's go ahead. I'm going to try to get a thing of all of them. Grape. I'm still not seeing a pink, dude. Like, maybe it's just, maybe there's just, like, two different on the red. Get the hell down, I'm just going to go with it. We're going to do it! Okay. The asterisk might be warranted for this one, if I'm entirely honest. Because it's not terrible, but it's really, really kind of muted. I just would imagine that fresher anyway, there might have been more to it. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's like it's a fruity cereal. Like I said, kind of Fruit Loops-y, but I would say less flavorful, but I guess a little bit more of like a zing at the end to it. Which again is making me think that, like, if this were, a new box, that maybe there'd be more to it. That some of the flavor has escaped over the months that I've had this damn thing. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's entirely inoffensive. Like, I'm sure 5-year-old Brandon would have ate this shit up and not given a crap. 34-year-old Brandon is unimpressed. Oh, man. It's a shame, folks, because I wasn't going into it with, like, super high expectations, by any means. I already explained where I was coming from. But now, I might have to do a follow-up review on this one where I go over there and get a new box. That's going to suck because I'm going to have another box of this crap, which I'll probably forget about and end up doing 2 years later. But yeah, I mean, for what it is, asterisk included, like I said, it's okay. Doesn't really seem to be doing anything to the milk. And granted, I haven't had it in there for very long, but, it's milk flavor, it's still milk colored and everything like that. So I don't think a lot of flavor is being imbued into the milk, but we will go over there and give it a shot. It's probably what I should have done. I probably should have poured this at the beginning and then ate it. Lesson learned. Like I said, I got another cereal. Yeah, I mean, The milk really doesn't do much for the milk. Man. And then it's gonna suck if it's the same deal, like, later on. Because, like, I didn't do a review for it because, like, it was before I was doing reviews. But I tried, like, the Hershey's cereal at one point, like the Hershey's Kiss cereal. And that sucked. That's my review for it, by the way. It was just very lame. Especially considering, you know, what it's based off of. You would have thought there would have been more to it. But no, it was a very lame-ass cereal. And so this could be that. This could be it at its max. You know, maybe instead of losing flavor, you know, going over there and having it a few months past its expiration date has aged it, you know, brought out the bouquet. But as is, like I said, it's fine. There's honestly not much to it. I normally I would go over there and like say yay or nay as to whether or not I would recommend it. Under these circumstances, I can't really do that in good conscience because, of course, for what it is right now, for certain, I wouldn't recommend it. But in the future, if I do another episode, you know, try to be fair to the product and everything, you know, I might change my mind on it. It probably still won't be my thing, I'm guessing, because, again, I'm not just the biggest fruit cereal guy and everything. But, like I said, for what it was, at the very least, it was inoffensive. But if there's not more to it with a fresh box, then it's definitely very disappointing. But, again, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So, anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to sign off here in a second, but before I do, if you could do 5 things for me, I would really appreciate it. Excuse me. You gotta love my delayed reaction. Belch, apology, then cover mouth. Yeah, really on the ball today, Brandon. 5 things. If you could go over there and have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, a stupendous rest of your month, a magnificent rest of your year, and an absolutely Jolly Rancher-tastic rest of your life. I don't know what that would entail, but a lot of people seem to like Jolly Ranchers. So if you like Jolly Ranchers, then I hope your life is as good as you like Jolly Ranchers. Or significantly better. Probably that. Final 2 things, folks, and then I swear I'm out of here. Number 1, if you could go over there, trying to bring some positivity into the world, it's always appreciated. You know, especially in the times we live in, you know, the time I'm doing this, where, you know, things are maybe looking up, kind of depends on where you're at in the world, but there's a lot of stuff going on. You know, like I said, if you can, always appreciate it. If you can't, because sometimes you can't, if nothing else, try not to be an asshole. You know, usually, I think that's doable for most of us, but again, not all the time, even for me. Even with my PM Entertainment shirt, there's definitely times when I'm a dickhead. But, you know, try to keep your levels at a good point. And then, final thing, folks, if you could go over there, if you could do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Whether it's, you know, making the baseball team or designing the baseball team's logos or fantasy baseball league? Is that yeah, it's got to be a thing, right? I'm sure. I don't know. I'm not the sports guy. I'm not the sportsman, as you could probably assume. Peter Cannon Thunderbolt poster, PM Entertainment shirt, all of Brandon. Yeah, not a big sports guy. But if you are, go out and do whatever the hell that thing is for you with the sports. Go try out for a professional league team. I'm sure they'd appreciate you showing up and you know, just knock on their door. I'm sure they have open tryouts all the time, and they want people to show up and go over there and do that for them. I'm positive of it. Anyway, folks, that's going to be it for me. So, have yourself a great one. Bye.